Welcome.
I'm Michael Lynn Watkins.
I'm Nick Nasty, and you're watching Pinfalls
And Power Chords
on the Nice Guy Andy Network.
That's right.
How cool is that, Mike?
Our new home.
So you guys seen us? We came in here and did a show last week, or like a week before last.
It's probably a month ago.
Like 10 days ago or something. It must feels like a day. A day seems like a year.
Yeah.
But
I can't keep
we
up.
came in here on a Thursday because Mr. Johnny Lee hit me up, said, we got a Thursday open. I had a few things that I wanted to promote that's coming up this weekend, and asked him if we could do a Pinfalls tonight, because we'll also be back here Monday.
That was supposed to be our send off, or like our beginning.
But
of this
we
new venture.
got this episode, and then we have 8 Mondays in a row until 2025 concludes, and we're gonna take the series on Mondays. Cool thing about the Mondays is Raw has turned into a 2-hour show.
Yep.
And we're going to do a watch along with the regular show that you guys are accustomed to when you're watching Pinfalls and Power Chords. We're also going to be watching Monday Night Raw.
Periodically. I mean, we're going to kind of...
Yeah, I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if it's anything like the show this past week, guys, it was good.
Hell yeah.
It was good, and I'm looking forward to it. But before we start talking, I'm going to get a couple things out of the way. Down in Cynthiana, Kentucky, Friday night, Oasis Bar and Grill. Big Halloween party. If you've been down there the past few weekends, they got the music a pumping. They got the things that makes the ladies want to shake and have a good time. We've been doing requests. We've been doing karaoke contests. One of my buddies, Baby Wolf, came down there Friday, sang No Diggity, and walked out of there with $50. So tell me how many people walked into a place saying No Diggity and walked out $50. Oasis Bar and Grill's a big time. They're having a huge Halloween party Friday night. They hit it up, made a post. It was like, everybody else is doing stuff Saturday. We're going to try to hold it Friday. But then I think the Halloween celebration is just going to go all weekend at Oasis Bar and Grill in Cynthiana. So go check that out. And then Saturday night up in Nicholasville, about 60 miles away.
My stomping ground.
There's another bar, and that bar is called Neon Nights, and up there they're going to be having a Halloween party Saturday night.
Heck yeah.
But then I seen that they announced that they're going to have another Halloween party next Saturday. So they're having a before Halloween party, and then they're doing the thing that I have kind of a question about, doing the after Halloween party. I've asked this question before. When Halloween's over, and it's in November, because when Halloween's over, it's in November.
Yep.
Does anybody care about Halloween anymore? Does anybody want to celebrate Halloween?
Yeah, are you fucking kidding?
Huh? Is that
Every fucking day is Halloween, baby.
That's how a lot of people live, is the every days of Halloween. So you think coming up with a celebration after the Halloween is going to be just as big as if you have it?
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Cool. And I kind of think, I know myself, if you go to my house looks like it's decorated for Halloween 24/7.
Yeah, and think about it. A couple years ago, we had Halloween on November 1st and 2nd instead of October 31st.
Yeah, that's because of the weather.
It's that weekend,
Yep.
too, though. I mean, it's the way the kind of how the calendar falls, I guess.
I like it this year because I have a child of the age where she still wants to trick or treat.
She's gotten to the age now where she can enjoy it, though.
Yeah.
Like, she can really, dress up and do
and I
cool
don't want to
stuff.
miss that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and me being in the type of work I do, Halloween is a party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing a party somewhere, and this year I'm throwing a few fucking parties. It's going to be a fucking good
Hell
time.
yeah.
But I also get to go trick-or-treating because the trick-or-treat's on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So I get to enjoy that as well. Plus, it's me and my wife's wedding anniversary. We got married on Halloween 2020 at a haunted opera house in Cynthiana, Kentucky.
Awesome.
So to say that
That's badass.
say that we like Halloween is just like, you know what I mean?
It ain't like Thanksgiving where you can't wait to get the fucking relatives out of the house.
And to get one more big plate that nobody watches you eat because you're embarrassed. Because if you're like me, I'll eat my regular food, but I don't want to gorge to where I can't conversate with whoever's still around. But then once they leave and the shoes are off and I'm flopped on the couch or the bed and I got that re-warm of everything that's slopped together, and I wake up just like gravy on the side of my chin and stuff the next morning,
I'll eat to keep from having to talk to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm elbow deep in the gravy. Shut up.
Damn, here comes Aunt Ethel. Fuck,
Quit
hand me the
fucking
turkey.
conversating.
Yeah, fuck this. I just want to eat my food.
Hurry up before a bitch starts talking about immigrants. Come on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great Halloween parties going on. Like I said, if you're in town or if you want to come to town for a good time, Oasis Bar and Grill. If you haven't been there, it was formerly Legends, where me and you actually met.
Yep.
Nothing against Legends, but dude, this place now is clean and nice, and dude, it's somewhere you want to take your girlfriend.
It's
It's
a
somewhere
cool
you
little
want to
bar,
take
man.
your friends.
Well, you want to bang her on the floor because it's so clean.
It is. It's so clean you can bang on. No, I'm not saying go bang on the floor.
It is Cynthiana.
But compared to
That's
the
true.
last bar that was there, you might have went home with some kind of something you didn't want to at the last.
Yeah.
You would have did that 2 years ago.
That's true.
But
I might have to drive down there, man. Really.
dude, it's a good time. I'm telling you, it's a good time, and it's a good vibe. They're doing everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a really cool experience. It's a good chill place.
Are they having live bands down there now?
They are going to start booking. There's some stuff. I've been kind of in talks with them over the last couple weeks, and we got some stuff kind of roaring in. And I mentioned the Pale Walker show because the last time we had Pale Walker in on that stage in that place,
was a blast.
It was cranking in there. That was the we mentioned that on the Rise and Fall of Hive, the Riot show we did. That was the Rod Run show. And
Nice.
the Rod Run show, we had bands booked from 11 in the morning until that place closed.
Yeah, because somebody played after us even.
Yeah. So Serious Black did. So Serious Black hit the stage after you did. And when you guys
There
hit the
wasn't
stage,
nothing left after us.
it was
though.
thumping. It was fucking thumping. in that
I feel
place,
sorry
dude.
for anybody trying to follow us that night. We
That-
were on.
That was
We were on that
that was
night,
a
man.
series of shows that you guys had that summer, and that was a banger.
Yeah. It was
You guys sound so tight, and there was a lot of people there that was enjoying it.
Well, my singer Brett was so fucking bummed out because he was like, "Dude, what the fuck? You booked us in Cynthiana, Kentucky, at a fucking bar?" Because I was like, "Dude, I'm
Fucking
telling
Nick
you."
Himes, dude. Nick can fucking do it,
I
man.
said, "I'm fucking telling you, dude. People down there rock. I grew up there. It's a cool fucking little town, and you'll have a fucking blast."
And that's what I was telling the
And
owner.
I
was
told him, I said, "Motherfucker, when we're on stage and we're rocking,
it's go time.
and people are loving it, I want you to look over at me, and I'm going to say, 'I told you, motherfucker.'"
Yeah, dude.
And that's exactly what happened.
That place was thumping, man, and a lot of people didn't get it because a lot of people are scared to book a heavier band sometime because they think it's just going to be all screaming and all that stuff.
Yep.
But you get a real good, heavier band that's got a singer with a good melody, and it'll get people dancing just like that fucking good hip-hop will.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It'll do the same thing for them.
People really dug us, man. I hate that we never got to do our follow up down there. You know,
But that could be, like I said, I'm in talks with them, trying to get some different things going on, getting people in and out of that place, and bringing people in from outside of Cynthiana a whole lot, because I feel like when you bring people from out of town, it gives the people in Cynthiana something to look forward to.
yeah.
And someone to network with, and someone to mix, especially the talent stuff that's from Cynthiana.
Well, this new project I've got, I'm shooting for beginning of 2025
Yeah.
Nice.
for us to come out
Yeah.
and announce ourselves to the fucking world.
Well, I always have a show around my birthday. My birthday's February 2nd. And the next Skullfest 6, this is going to be Skullfest 6, is May 24th.
Put us on down for
I'll have to remember that.
So we're going to put Mike's band, which we can't tell the name yet. It's not Pale Walker.
It's a
They're
work in
changing the
progress.
name.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Mike, we match. And look it up here. Your beard matches my flannel.
That's true.
We didn't do that, guys. That's just how me and him work.
Hey, simpatico, baby.
And then
You know?
Superfly looking as fly guy as a fly guy can fly.
Appreciate that.
Looking good tonight. So I guess we'll get this with the talk going. First topic is always Monday Night Raw. And like I said, next Monday we'll be watching a little bit, so we'll probably be seeing the intro matches. We'll be kind of
When
watching
do
it
they
in the
go to
background.
Netflix? When is that? Is that the beginning of the year?
I
or
believe
is
it's the first Monday in 25. Which that's
that's going to be interesting, man.
yeah.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to go,
Go
extreme
fucking
attitude.
TV 14, man, at least.
Make it happen.
You know?
Make it
Yeah.
happen. Good soap opera, good violence.
Yeah.
Mix it all in.
Well, they're not
Show
scared
some
to fucking
titties.
bleed now. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, the last 4 or 5 months of WWE or I guess I'd hate to say since Vince McMahon's.
It is true though.
About maybe
WWE.
8 months.
WWE's been getting good.
Yes,
Since
it has
It's
Vince.
been
been.
getting good.
You know why? Triple H.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to book it.
Yeah.
And Vince is gone.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Vince was
Because-
trash to begin with. As soon as Triple H had full control over that Crave team, it took right off.
Well, I really liked NXT. When NXT first started and that was Triple
Black and
H's
gold.
baby, boy, that was
Black and gold.
when they
that was
first.
awesome.
Yep.
That was what I wanted Ring of Honor to be.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, mama. But we wanted to. That's what I can remember Sami Zayn making his debut in
Yeah,
NXT.
I remember when Kevin Owens turned on Sammy in NXT.
Yep.
That was
I was
a
like,
big
this
deal.
is what I've been wanting to see, and they're
Yeah.
presenting it the
And-
right way.
And that was Kevin Owens' debut for
Yes.
NXT. Is that he immediately turns on his best
Yes,
friend.
That's right, and it was a big debut. It
But
was
what's
huge.
funny is that's happened all the time. Anytime Kevin Steen and El Generico have been across each other,
I feel like
Kevin Steen turns on them.
I feel like that'll probably happen sometime in 2025, 2026 at least.
I
Yeah,
think
it's gonna happen
Owens,
again.
I think Owens is AEW bound, man.
You think?
Nah,
Yeah.
because he just made it clear that he's re-signed with WWE.
What?
Did he
Yep.
really?
Get
I
the
didn't
fuck
hear
out
that.
of here.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
When he started feuding with Randy Orton,
Yeah.
like
You
we
mean
were
in the
all
last-
thinking
In
that
the
he's
last week
gone.
or so, he re-signed?
They haven't told us yet, but it shows short part thing that he has.
That's crazy. I would have
I
never
feel
thought that.
I feel like he would
I
be.
thought they would be bound for AEW too
yeah,
because his
I
friends.
did. I really thought he was. I thought they were writing him off. That's why they were doing what they were doing.
One
Yep,
thing,
but then he released a video on X where he's like, the powers that be don't want me to be there because they try to blame me for what I did to Cody Rhodes and Randy
Right.
Orton, blah blah blah. And he's
Right.
like, next time I see them, they're gonna wish to God that they didn't suspend me and keep me off the show because I'm gonna find their way to come back on SmackDown. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn,
I don't think
signed.
he's gone yet. I don't think he's gone yet, but I do
you
think he's heading that way.
Sometime in the next year or two.
I think sometime in the next couple of months.
The
I think once his contract is up this time, he's done. Whenever that's going to be, now I don't know, but
I feel like
I think that
you
this
know,
this
if-
feud with Orton is going to be basically his swan song.
I
in
feel like if
WWE.
anybody's going to go from WWE to AEW and be like, "Hey,
And actually succeed.
I want to be booked this way.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. I'm not fucking with none of the dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'm coming in. I'm doing it this way. And if you don't, then I can leave or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to do this way to make my character the best possible." He would probably be the guy.
I think Kevin Owens being the bitch that he is about creative
Yeah.
is a plus.
shine in AEW.
It's a plus if he goes to AEW because it could only make that fucking show
Yeah.
better, man.
Well,
Exactly.
with Raw, man. So I watched Raw this past Monday, and it was the first time. I don't know if it was the first show. Or I know for sure it was the first show that I watched all the way through, and it was just a 2-hour show. And the main event was great. Some of the build through the show was great. It was the first time in decades that the show ended, and I was like looking forward to seeing another segment.
Yeah.
It ended.
Hell yeah.
It ended strong, and not to say that I want it to go back to 3 hours or anything, because I think 2 hours is a solid run for a show,
Yeah.
especially wrestling.
Especially if you're on twice a week.
2
Yeah.
hours is a sweet
That's
spot,
good.
and it left me wanting more, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I was like, "Holy shit!" You know, I'm a wrestling fan now. And then on the flip side, I think I got had. I listened to a few too many wrestling podcasts through the week. And one of them got me thinking that the NXT show where it was going to be in Philadelphia was going to be extreme.
Yeah.
But it was extremely a woman show.
Yeah, because I feel like NXT's all about their hot women. Because look at the women on that show.
They should almost just go to an all-woman show.
Well, speaking
Yep.
of which, my ventilator for this episode
Is that
is
something to do
about
with that?
women's wrestling.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So to stay in the
So-
ventilator, Mike's ventilator always comes at the end of the
So
show.
I have much to say about
And you know what?
women's wrestling.
Jay Cargill should have been the one to spearhead AEW's all women show, but guess what? They did her dirty.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill should sit on Daddy's lap. I'm just saying.
She got a
She-
fine ass.
She'd probably break something off Like,
but why not?
But I would take it. That would be a hell of a way to go.
Why not have an all-woman show on Tuesday? I watched Glow, the NXT, the Netflix release that came out about a decade ago.
About the actual Glow show.
I loved it.
Are you guys old enough to remember the actual Glow?
Not when it was on, but I had watched it, and the Netflix made me want to go back, and I wasn't as thrilled about it as I was.
Here's the deal, man. I remember Glow from beginning to end because it didn't last very long. But I remember I was so excited that they finally put out a women's wrestling show to where you weren't just going to have bras and panties and all this silly shit. You'd have more characters like Luna and Sensational Sherry, those type of girls that could actually stand out and have a platform.
And Ivory, who came on to WWE.
It went, well, hold on a second. Give me a second. It started out as like it was trying to be a legit wrestling show. Mm-hmm. But then the fucking powers that be, whoever they were, turned it into a fucking cartoon, dude. Like, after a little while, they started doing music videos.
Because that was kind of what was popular in the 80s.
Rap songs.
That was where WWE F was going at the time. You think that was a heavy influence on that?
It was fucking
I do.
awful.
Because I think they started trying to emulate what they thought was making money instead of sticking with the grind to go through it. Yeah.
They turned it into a cartoon. I mean, if they would have just stayed, hey, we're a wrestling show.
Yeah. But I think if NXT...
so blatantly fake.
If NXT... And here's a question, too, guys. If NXT turned into an all-woman show, how much women's wrestling should be on the other shows, SmackDown and Raw? Should that be affected, or should those women want to be highlighted on the woman's show?
Well, if you're going to designate an entire show to just women, then why would you put it on the other ones?
So you think? But do you think they would be cool with being taken off the big brands? Because then it would be like the NXT woman show is the small brand.
But here's the deal: that would no longer be the small brand; it would be the women's brand.
Ooh.
I do think though that you can still have at least one women's match on the men's show.
To highlight,
that way,
just to highlight.
Yeah, the pay-per-views would be the same. Like you have women and men matches on the pay-per-view.
Like they already had an all women's pay-per-view before Evolution.
I saw that.
That was back in 2016.
Right, that was cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's where we got to see Rhea Ripley when she had that long hair instead of how we see her now. We also had stars that we didn't know yet, and they all now made prominence in WWE.
Bayley sure has grown.
Yep. She started out not even being that good.
I think Bayley, more than about anybody, has sprouted her wings and blossomed.
What about
a lot of
the
people
new
miss
women?
the Hugger Bayley. I'm not a big fan of the Hugger Bayley.
Not really. Who's the
Hugger
new women like?
suck.
Are you talking about Lash?
Stephanie Baker, Julia, and
those girls have been doing it for
Delta,
a while.
a.k.a. Azaria, as she's called now.
Yeah, they're badass. I got an old Women's in the Indies DVD that I got, I think, from like some pro wrestling mystery box.
Yeah.
And a lot of those women are on that.
No.
A ton of them. I'd like to actually go back to where it's been like 10 years now and watch some of these they're in the Indies.
Well, Stephanie Baker's been doing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
she's great.
She's just new to WWE.
Did y'all know that she created a new rule through AEW's contracts?
Nope.
If you work their their Forbidden Door, baby, you're not allowed to try to go for WWE contract after, because she worked their Forbidden Door pay-per-view, and then 3 weeks later, she was with NXT signed to it.
Oh, and they were like, not again. That it's not going to happen again.
Well,
they recently did that.
They'd have to put that in their contracts because there's no way that's legal.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's not legal. That wouldn't hold up to if you had a lawyer, you could
get away from it. Stephen P. New wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
For that
And
shit.
guess what? She wasn't even signed AEW, and they get mad about it.
Yeah.
It's weird how they get so butthurt over little things like that. Mm-hmm. You know, because it must be a big incentive that people get when they get somebody to sign or something, because it seems like they get so butthurt about nothing and nobody, because that person is a great wrestler for what she is, but who gives a fuck on the big picture? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like, I don't understand why business is business. You don't hear that when the Twins sell trade their pitcher to the Braves. You know, you don't really get that kind of, you know, if you leave my team, you can't play for 2 Major League Baseball seasons.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
For any other team.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's bullshit.
Or you can't play against my team. Like, it makes no fucking
if
sense.
you can't use somebody to their fucking, you know, for what they are, for their traits, for what they're good at, let them fucking go somewhere else where they can shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mundo.
You know,
Exactly.
like I'll give you an example. Fucking Buddy Matthews.
Yep.
There you go. He's a monster.
Vince didn't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Vince
let him
sure
go to
did.
AEW. He's a fucking monster.
Yep.
Should have been
Tony
AEW
Khan don't know what to
champion.
fucking do with him.
Yep.
I bet you Triple H would know what to fucking do with him.
Yep. Triple H would.
I wish there was 2 or 3 more Triple H's.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about that when we do the AEW here
Yeah,
in a little bit, though.
Because what's funny is that Triple H, he knows both the business side and the wrestling side.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect combination. Pretty crazy.
And I think he respects wrestling for what it is.
Well, sure. He's a fan from the ground up. Like
Yeah.
it's just
He wants
what
it. He wants
is.
it presented the correct way. And
Vince
He's the reason why. He's the reason why my great relative, Bruno Sammartino, finally got into the Hall of Fame.
are you kin to Bruno Sammartino?
I didn't know until a few years ago.
I knew it. I could tell. It's the chiselness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was like, what wrestler does he remind me of? Bruno Sammartino.
The man who still holds the longest title reign in the WWF.
Is that a
history.
single run or is it all
A single,
combined?
basically a single run,
Mm-hmm.
but then he had another run, and that helped push his reign to 2,000 days, 2,000 plus days.
Yeah,
That'd be
you'll
hard to
never
fucking
see
beat.
that again.
Yeah.
That'll, you know.
That's like Pete Rose's home run record.
That's something that Hulk Hogan tried to beat. Something that
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Hogan's-
Bob Backlund tried to do. Also, something that Roman Reigns tried to do,
They
but
should
he
have
failed.
let let Roman take Hogan's record.
Yeah, they should have.
That was bullshit.
It kind of seems like everything could still be rocking and rolling with Roman still on top
Well,
over
sure.
and Cody chasing, or maybe Cody holding the United States belt or the Intercontinental belt and making it something super special in its own way.
People are going to start getting really tired of
Cody
Roman
rubs
pretty
me the
soon.
wrong way, man.
He does me too.
Like when he came out to fight the new leader of the family, what's his name?
Solo Sikoa.
Solo. And he's like taking selfies with the fans, and he's like just being a silly goof on the
He's a
way
bitch.
to the ring.
He's a bitch, dude. I don't like Cody, man.
It's just like
He's Homelander.
You shouldn't be focused. like how is it's killing the character Solo in the ring because this champion isn't taking him seriously, and he's not even worrying about him. He's taking a selfie on the way to the ring.
Exactly.
So where's the credibility supposed to be with that dude who needs all the credibility help that he possibly can get?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
he's going in there trying to build and go character to character with Roman Reigns.
Solo has an impossible job.
And then
He
and
does.
fucking Jacob fucking
Jacob
fought
has
too.
more aura than Solo.
Yeah, well,
He has
Jacob's
more-
a fucking beast.
He
I
could,
mean,
he
he's a
could
man.
go in and beat Roman Reigns in a singles match right now, and
Yep.
it's believable. He could beat
yeah.
John Cena. It's believable. he
And-
could beat any of them, and it's
Tama,
believable.
Tama and Tonga, they have more aura than Solo.
I think they've been booked a little weak.
I don't.
Just a
I'm
just a
gonna-
pinch, like a pinch.
I got to give my boy Solo some props here, man.
Let's hear it.
Solo was given a task that is just unattainable.
Impossible.
You cannot. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot replace Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And for him to be given this task, hey, you are now the tribal chief. Now you've got to get that kind of a fucking aura about you
So
to be the tribal chief. How do you fill those fucking boots? You can't do it. He knows
can't.
he's not able
there's
to do
got to
it.
be another route.
But you got to give it to the boy for stepping up to the plate and just literally doing the absolute best that he can.
And not fumbling much. Like
No,
when he says
fuck
stuff, he
no.
don't fumble much. Stands
Dude,
his ground.
he's the best of the Usos.
yeah.
Of all three brothers, he is the best
Yeet,
worker.
Yeet,
Yeet these
yeet.
nuts. I can't do
That's
the
what
yeet
Jay,
shit,
that's what
dude.
Jay likes to do.
That's a whole other fucking
Hey,
conversation.
well, guess what?
Yeet.
Well, guess what? Jay ain't no Intercontinental Champion now because
Yeah, he got
they
beat
made
to
sure to
death.
fuck him over.
Boy, by
Hey,
that Steiner.
He should have
I'm
looked.
team
He should have
no
looked
yeet.
at
Damn team no yeet.
Yeah.
like he literally looked at Look at Jacob. He should have known. You look at Jacob, then Jacob's gonna fuck you up.
Look at this build on Steiner, and I'm calling him Steiner.
Yeah, he is a
The
fucking
build on
Steiner.
Steiner takes the belt from Zayn, who's going to be, I say, in the Survivor Series
He'll
War
be the
Games.
fourth man. Yeah.
And then he takes the belt from Jey Uso, who's also going to be on that team.
Yeah.
So that team already has two people that's been fucking massacred on Raw.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's already a strike, right?
Dude, Steiner is the future. If he can keep his head straight and his nose clean and not be a fuck up out of the ring,
Steiner's something.
he's going to be the man.
So what's your all's? I think we're all three at an agreement that going into Survivor Series, if not a War Games match, it's going to be, family against family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's be Bloodline versus
The
Bloodline.
Civil War.
Who's the four? Who's the four on each side? Mike, who's your four on both sides? Who do you see beat on both
dude,
sides?
I called this shit 6 months ago.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be Jay and Sammy are the 3 and 4 on.
And then
Roman's
Jimmy
side.
and Roman. And then who's the other team?
Well, the same as it is now.
Just that four?
Yeah, Tonga and Leo and fucking Jacob and Solo.
What do you think?
It's gonna be new versus old Bloodline. That's a given, dude.
I
Maybe.
I think that the new bloodline is going to be Solo, Jacob, Tonga,
Uh-huh.
and then on the other side you're going to get Roman Reigns, his former right hand man, Jey Uso, his new right hand man, Jimmy Uso, and for the final piece of that puzzle, it's going to be Sami Zayn. And if not Sami Zayn, there's an outside source that tells me that they might be bringing in another Fatu. And that Fatu could join Roman Reigns' side.
All right.
Hikaleo.
Now check me out.
Yep.
This is what I think. And this is just me booking in my head what I would do to throw a swerve.
Yeah.
Solo gets turned on because his lack of what's winning and success from himself. He gets turned on. And The Rock comes in, takes over that squad.
Oh.
I mean, it's already been hinted.
Well, now
The
you're
Rock's
talking
calling the
WrestleMania
shots.
shit.
And then, that's Survivor Series match, four on four. And then on the other side, you got everybody but replacing what you guys said with Sammy. You got Solo Sikoa,
Rock,
the original.
I'll concede. I think Rock will play a role in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because The Rock's already said that he's the mastermind behind the new.
And he said three. Remember
Yep.
who's the three he was talking about?
Exactly.
He's gonna get rid of that guy who's acting like he's the head of the tribe and not doing anything.
Yep.
And he's gonna turn on. They're all gonna turn, and then Roman's gonna save him, and that's where that unity comes back. And then maybe Sami Zayn comes in and helps gets that win at the end or something like that at the end of the night, or maybe like you said, the other nephew will come in.
Hikaleo.
And then we got 5 on 5. Regardless,
What's Paul Heyman going to do?
Oh,
Where's
that's
his
another
role at?
outside piece.
Who's he with?
He's the X Factor.
who's he with?
He's with Roman because
Or is he with Brock?
He has
Yeah,
to
I mean,
be
that
with
could happen
Roman.
too.
Where's Brock?
I mean they've been hitting at the beast.
Yeah, he's got to be with Roman. No, I mean he's just got to be.
I feel like he's got a Roman before he Brocks.
Yep.
I don't know. If
He
Brock,
loves
but
his
with-
baby boy Roman.
With Roman being a babyface now, though, Heyman might. But Heyman turned babyface too. The
Yeah.
last thing he saw was getting him
they
through
put
his
him
fucking table.
to the announce table.
Yeah,
Heyman's so good.
Heyman's incredible, man.
Wait a minute, because Paul Aaron also took a bump Monday night because he got put inside the mandible claw.
Yeah, he did. I didn't expect him to take the bump.
That was awesome though because it's with the Bray glove. Because if you notice, Uncle Howdy's got the glove on, but it says Bray on it across the knuckles, and with the gauntlet, it's got the Fiend's costume as a gauntlet. So it makes sense for him to be putting Paul Aaron into
And I
it.
don't mind that feud, putting the Wyatts in a feud with what are they called? The
Final Testament.
The Final Testament.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're both kind of need to build each other.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Wyatts when they first started with the Shield.
Yeah.
A little bit. You got a lot of young, hungry, very talented, and with big
motherfuckers.
big
man.
wrestlers.
Yeah, straight. Like
I wish they could fucking work.
Yeah.
yeah.
If they could fucking
But
work.
Yeah.
also, what's y'all's thoughts? trying to remember what I was gonna ask.
On titties. We love
Yes,
them.
titties.
We love
Good.
them.
Yeah.
But I think that I got my
No worries.
I forgot my question.
No worries. We'll get back to it. But, Pinfalls and Power Chords. We talk wrestling. We listen to music.
And we love titties.
We love titties. And
Big old round ones.
that's a big old round one. Big
Oh,
old
Bobby
juicy
Doss
one.
is watching.
Bobby Doss likes titties too.
Danny Plowman's watching too.
I bet he's a titty man.
We all love them titties.
We are going to do the segment where we do thumbs up or thumbs down. We're going to play a tune. We're going to check it out and listen to it and see if we're going to put it on a battle of the bands later on in the last week we listened to some like mainstream backwoods was it like whiskey drinking rock and roll or something? You remember that?
Yeah.
This next one, this fella comes out of Huntington, West Virginia. He was actually sent to me by another friend. He was like, check out what my buddy's doing. And he's got a little band together, and they sound like fucking Judas Priest. So I thought I'd give him a little props, man, and let them listen to it here. We got Jimmy Mitchell, Dark Fantasy, with the song called Hell's in His Eyes. There it is.
Yep.
Let's check this out, guys. This music video is on YouTube. You guys can check it out. It's Jimmy Mitchell's Dark Fantasy.
Do we have the audio for this going on to the show?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be listed.
Huh. It's starting outside a bar.
I'm not hearing it in my
It's not coming
phone.
through the headphones right now.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? I think that their audio's down low. I've even got it all the way up.
Oh.
There it goes.
Yeah, the song didn't start.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
That's what
song
it
that
was.
they had was sweet.
Let us know if you guys are listening to it out there. If it's too loud, we can turn it down a little bit if it's too loud on your own side. It's fucking badass, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Definitely an old school sound.
It's very 80s metal.
He does have that Judas Priest type sound too.
Yeah. That's fucking good, ain't it? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's damn good.
And dude, that drummer is going. He's going. He's been going. Zero breakdown for the drummer so far.
Facts.
I love that guy's pipes, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm down with this all day.
This is the second song I heard by him. The first song I played on a Live with Nick Nasty show, and I was like, holy shit,
I'd
man.
like this album. If it's available, I'd like to have a copy of it.
Yeah, you guys
I'd
are
buy
gonna.
this guy's record.
We're gonna put
man.
this fella in the battle of the band section.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
This is classic metal. Classic.
And this was just made literally within the year. This is 2024 music.
Heck yeah.
The video's pretty cool. They're like in some dark alley, spray paint behind them.
Yep. And it started outside bar.
He's got his spikes on. Crazy solo.
Classic solo too. This is badass.
Hell yeah. We are listening to Jimmy Mitchell's Dark Fantasy. Out of Huntington, West Virginia. If these guys aren't played all over the goddamn radio up there, they're fucking shit up.
Yep.
I guarantee you they're not. These guys are retro and they're metal. They're probably not getting any help at all.
Yep. should be, though.
Yeah.
They're going to get play on Pinfalls and Power.
Yeah, we'll fucking crank them up.
Look at that Merciful Fate poster.
Yeah, I saw an Iron Savior poster back there, too, somewhere.
Crazy solo.
Just technically perfect.
Yeah, the whole thing's classic metal, man. It's traditional heavy metal.
And they're all good.
One thing that's kind of worrisome, I've not seen the drummer.
I haven't seen him at all. Is that a machine?
I'm starting to think it is.
I'll have to check the credits to see. It gives credit to all the band members who shot the video and all that stuff in the...
Sadly, it does sound electronic.
It kind of does. We haven't seen a drummer.
We see guitar
and a bass.
Drummer.
Yeah.
And a bunch of electronics in the background.
It's still good. I mean,
Perfect.
hey, you do what you got to do, right? But
I did hundreds of songs with a beat machine first, and then added the real person later.
Yeah.
Just to get it in, just to get a feel for a song, you know. His vocals are 100%, man.
I'd crank this shit here, no problem.
Put it on the. Yep, there's a drum sequence C. Is Jimmy Mitchell.
Yep.
So if you're a drummer out there and you want to be a part of an awesome fucking band up in West Virginia,
yeah, call these motherfuckers.
I'll hit you guys up with Jimmy Mitchell.
Hey, give it to him, man. It's good.
Yeah, we can cut it down if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, we're listening to Jimmy Mitchell's Dark Fantasy, Hell's in His Eyes. That's a big thumbs up.
That gets a fucking thumbs up for me
right,
all day.
We'll be listening to more of that on later episodes of Pinfalls and Power Chords.
How do you not like that? If you're into
Exactly.
fucking metal, how do you not like that?
I wanted to remind everybody, too, if you guys wanted to call in and be a part of the show, shoot the shit. Just let us know what's going on, maybe what you think about some of these tunes. It's 859-684-5525.
9535.
I lied to you. It's 9535 859-684-9535. Call in and talk to Mike, talk to Nick, talk to Superfly.
That's right.
So, as you guys know, if you've been tuning in on these new episodes of Pinfalls and Power Chords, I've been getting harassed.
Yeah.
On the side burner. And I wanted to catch everybody up because this guy, Podcast Jim, what he has done is they have their own podcast that they do, and he sent me an email where they're just talking trash about all of us. So I just wanted to catch some of the people up at home, and I was going to let everyone know and hear this email that Podcast Jim sent to me last week, and just catch everyone up, and then on the next show, we're really going to have to start addressing Podcast Jim because this matter is he's starting to, I feel like, harass me so much that I'm going to have to bite back a little bit. But I want to catch everybody up. This is what got sent to me last week.
Yeah, Podcast Jim again. Look, I need to say that I'm sorry, all right? Now, I done talked to a few people, and everybody's letting me know that you did not tell Charlene. Even Charlene told me that you never said that I pushed my meemaw out no fucking window. Now, that's fine, but that rascal Scooter, it was only over there for 6 months. I said I was going to come get it. November, you done had it towed off, and I don't appreciate that you not acknowledging the fact that I invented podcast. All right, some bits now.
Invented podcast.
Ain't this the same one he sent in last time?
Yeah, I'm letting everyone hear it on this episode come through.
Catching everybody up.
Exactly, Bingo.
The Shiny Beavers. All right.
Shiny Beavers.
The Shiny Beaver show is where they're talking trash about us.
Carl Toothless. Hey, Carl, come on here real quick. Hi there, how's it going? Just want to let you know that Nice Guy Andy podcast.
And this guy's sending me messages separate, talking trash about Podcast Jim.
And
What the hell?
we got a good lawyer. You done heard from him, and we're gonna set this on fire. Yeah, well, Look, you can either reimburse me for my rascal scooter, or me and Carl are going to take it down.
Wow.
And then he hung up on me.
Shiny Beaver forever.
And apparently he's done a podcast.
The Shiny Beaver Show is Podcast Jim and his cohort. And they are just talking trash about us, and they're saying we owe them money. They're saying we're stealing their ideas. They said that they created podcast and that we came up, every idea that we do talking into a microphone was created by them. And we come in here and talk into microphones, and we owe them money.
What?
To reimburse them for ideas. And they sent it in. I just didn't bring it. I was going to save it for the Monday show. I have some clips from their actual podcast where they are talking trash, and I just felt like we should put it on here and have a chance to rebuttal.
Yeah.
So everyone can tune in, and we'll have that happening a Monday when we are going to be doing pinfalls and power chords from 8 until 10 o'clock.
It's going to be a regular thing.
Yeah, it's going to be all for the rest of the whole year.
We are fucking back.
For the rest of the whole fucking year.
Officially,
That's right.
we are fucking back.
I want to take a quick time, though, to shout out to a couple of the, I could say, sponsors, sort of, in the rim, the people that's got things going on around.
Ain't no motherfucker gave me no money yet.
I know we ain't made no money yet. When we make the money, we will all get the money.
I'm going to go down here to the dildo shop and see if they won't give us a little bit of money.
At least get a job there. Get a weekly from it.
And get paid too. Goddamn.
But we got down in Cynthia, Kentucky. We got an Oasis Bar and Grill. Go to there on the weekends and dance your asses off and sing some karaoke. This Friday they have a huge Halloween party. It's a costume party where everyone's.
It's now karaoke.
They have? It's karaoke. That's a good one.
Right.
They have
like
contest prizes. Best costume. I think sexiest costume. They have a lot of cool. Go show your nipples a little bit, Mike, and
Ooh.
you might leave with some cash. And then
That would be truly terrible.
then the next night, I'm actually traveling up to Neon Nights and Nicholasville, Kentucky, because they are doing the same thing. We are karaokeing all night long and doing contests and costumes and acting all crazy and enjoying Halloween.
I may have to break out my Hellraiser costume.
Hellraiser!
Make a show.
That'd be cool. I bet that's
Pinhead.
badass.
I've
Pinhead's
got
awesome.
3 of them, dude. I've got 3 legit.
No shit.
Hellraiser, like the really expensive, nice motherfuckers, man.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like $200 a piece. These things.
Yes,
are
I know.
dope.
I want to check those out then. I
they're
don't
cool,
think I've
man.
ever seen them.
I have
Pain
outgrown
is
2 of them.
exquisite.
That's embarrassing,
Yeah.
Mike. Maybe we should go to the
Yeah,
park and walk.
2 of them are just novelty now. Like
They don't fit over the ballet. Let's give the weekly him fuck him. Hit the button on oh boy and what he said about.
You guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.
Oh, let's hear it.
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast.
Fuck you.
who's this
That's
motherfucker?
right.
That's the guy that was hating on our buddy over here, and he took that rinky dink podcast and turned it into the title of his show, and has now put out hundreds of episodes.
The
put out
rinky-dink
at
bullshit.
least-
Yeah,
I
and
put out
we're
at least,
trying to
30
battle with this
something.
guy. We want to fucking battle of the minds with this fella.
Dude, shiny beavers though. How do you fuck with
Johnny
that?
Beavers.
How do we compete?
Shiny-
Shiny
dude,
beavers. I mean,
Wait till like I
that's
said.
fucking marketing genius right there.
Yeah, and like
right?
I said, I have clips from their show.
Who was the fucking brain trust that came up with that one? I wonder?
Podcast Jim?
Podcast Jim.
Podcast Jim. That son of a bitch. He says he created podcasts. I don't fucking believe him.
What was it to do? Shiny beaver forever.
Yeah. Like fuck him. And like I said, when we're gonna get our chance to talk our piece with the Shiny Beaver crew.
I love
and I'm not paying for the Rascal Scooter. Like that's not my
Yeah, screw
spot.
him.
F them. So here we go. We're gonna go back into some wrestling talk. There's the WWE, and then there's AEW. And Mike hasn't watched that in how long?
It's going on a couple of months now.
And he's going to start back up specially for our show.
Yeah, just so I'll know what the fuck I'm talking about when I come in here. I'm going to start watching it again.
Yeah.
But not out of pleasure, dude. I'm telling you, I've completely
It's going to be pain and punishment.
I've completely checked out.
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted you to hit on. Starting out our segment on AEW. What deterred you?
Well, if you will allow me to take the floor.
Yeah, take the floor. It's all yours.
Give me a couple of minutes here to explain why I'm the way I am now.
Let's hear it.
Okay, and I've touched on this before, but just to elaborate. I am not an AEW hater. I am not one of these guys who wish ill will on this company. As a matter of fact, I was dying for them to succeed.
Yeah.
I was hope beyond hope that they would come through and not just be competitive with WWE, but kick their fucking asses. This is when Vince was still in control of everything, you know, and I cannot stand fucking Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
He has destroyed the business that we all loved and grew up enjoying.
He has not respected it.
He is not. He's a piece of shit. So I came out the gate a built-in AEW fan, and I wanted these guys so bad to do better. And, you know, the first couple of years, they say, hey, you know, they're new, they're still learning, they're still getting their footing, they're still doing this or that. But I've never seen a company come out with the resources that they have and the fucking roster that they have and just go down and down and down and get worse and fucking worse and worse. And then, you know, the whole shit with CM Punk, which was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was.
And letting him go.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And then playing the video.
Keeping the fucking goof, the little 120-pound pussy.
And they're pushing him.
But then you fucking you let go of CM Punk, who, in my opinion, just had the match of the year with Drew McIntyre.
Drew $1 million.
At his age.
Drew $1 million, too.
Yeah. So you let him go. You got these two little fucking twinks in the Young Bucks, who I have never liked. But they do have their fans, right? Okay, whatever. People like that trampoline shit, that's fine. Whatever.
Exactly.
There's a spot for
But
it.
if you saw one match of theirs, you've fucking seen them all. And so, you know, we have to deal with that segment of the show. That's shitty enough. But then we have to be insulted by the likes of fucking Riho. An 80-pound fucking midget that comes out and slams grown-ass women.
Destroys them.
People like fucking Nyla Rose literally have to sell for this tiny little girl who looks like a second grader.
It's got to be rough.
It's fucking gross. It not only is it awful, but it's fucking insulting. And it makes me angry. Every time that little bitch comes out, I don't give a fuck how cute she is. She's supposed to be a fucking pro wrestler.
It's unbelievable.
And she comes out and insults the entire crowd because not only is she competitive, but grown-ass women have to sell for her.
Yep.
It's
Takes
shitty.
away everybody's credibility.
Fuck you, Tony Khan, okay? To add insult to injury, Orange fucking Cassidy is the winningest motherfucker in that company.
Pockets.
He weighs as much as my leg.
Christian Light.
Yeah.
What
Christian
a
is
joke.
way better than all them. They fucked him over by
What a joke.
have Edge win the title twice.
Yep.
Yeah, so not only do you have him pushing these fucking jokes, right? But he has an incredible roster.
He sure does.
He's got people that are amazing.
Tricks at every show.
Doesn't know how to use any of them. How do you have the best fucking tag team in the world and nobody gives a fuck anymore? Because they've been booked into just oblivion. You had new stars with the Acclaimed who were blowing up and being and just about came this close to being the hottest fucking thing in wrestling.
And then Max Caster start opening up his mouth, and now everyone.
Yep.
Tony Khan booked him
Killed
into
it.
shit, though.
Yep.
I mean, Caster's got a mouth on him. If anything, that helps them.
Yeah,
that
that
adds
helps
heat
them.
to them and would have made him even bigger.
But now he's saying things that have made people turn on their claims.
Yeah, they're just sick of it all. I think it's just a mix of it all.
Yeah.
It's
made
the
them sick of it
booking,
all.
dude. The booking is fucking shit.
It is.
It's
I want to
kindergarten
give Tony
level
Khan a
shit.
hug, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't. I
if
wanna
I
give
get
him
him
a-
a hug, he'll pay me at least $1 million.
I hope you hug him. I hope you hug him real fucking tight. That's
He
all I
ain't
think.
gonna book right though. Even if I do give him a hug.
Hug him around the fucking neck.
One of my
Yes.
one of my biggest queefs with the situation is the usage of Ring of Honor.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's fucking wiped his ass with that too.
Why can't that be a completely separate show that's on a completely separate channel with completely separate stars booking everything?
Why isn't it on Collision instead of Collision?
Why isn't it talked about that the pay-per-view that made AEW and got Tony Khan to buy the company and start AEW
Was a Ring of Honor show.
was a Ring of Honor show?
Yep.
So you would think above all else, he would try to give some kind of oomph to Ring of Honor.
Me and Andy had this idea that show, Ring of Honor, should have been given to CM Punk on the Saturday night instead of Collision.
Oh, man,
And it
that would
would've
be
been a
crazy.
separate show.
That would have been nuts.
Yeah, and look how
Exactly.
fucking great it was when Punk was there. Just for that
Yeah.
short little couple of months,
I tuned in.
Collision was twice as good as Dynamite.
Yep, and now look at it.
It's a fucking joke. It's
I
a
don't know the
secondary
difference.
show,
I don't
just
know the
like
difference of it,
fucking the other piece of shit is.
And AEW, you know, this is one thing I can't. If I'm going to squeeze some positive out of there, you can turn on AEW if you're not, like, say you're a wrestling fan from 10 years ago and you haven't seen a match in forever, and you just want to tune in and see a match. What's going on?
Exactly.
You tune into AEW, you're going to see a fucking banger because there's going to be no storyline, no nothing behind it. They're going to go full throttle and do everything they possibly can.
Yeah.
So if you tune in and watch one match, you're going to be impressed.
Exactly.
But if you're into episodic, into any kind of storytelling, building of superstars, that kind of stuff, fuck.
They don't have it.
Fuck.
You got fucking MJF, who I'll guarantee you is purposefully not on that fucking show.
Yeah, he's booking
Yeah.
from
He-
home.
He's
booking
finding
from home.
everything he can do to keep from having to come back on that fucking show because it's a mess. You got Will Ospreay, who is over in spite of the shit booking.
Yeah, he's probably the best going thing.
He's
right
their
now.
best in-ring performer
Going
they've
on
got
right now.
is
Yep.
Will Ospreay. I mean, I got to give it to him. It's not my cup of tea what he does, but he's fucking great. And you know,
Exactly.
you got to give it to the kid. He's really, really good.
He's real good.
Fucking Swerve Strickland, superstar,
Should have stayed AEW champion. till-
incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Stuck a fucking syringe in his jaw.
Yeah, that was
That was
crazy.
stupid.
That was awful.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He should be in, and Lashley should be coming in trying to take that title.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be good
That should
wrestling.
have been it.
And what the fuck is wrong with Tony Khan?
I don't know, man.
I mean, goddamn. And then he comes out like a goddamn maniac.
Yeah.
Well, you should take it easy," and just fucking yelling and screaming and being a dick.
You remember when he cut that promo on Nick Khan for with Tony Schiavone? Tony Schiavone was just being an ass kid. He's like, there's only room for one Khan in the wrestling business, and that's not some guy that's a con man from Connecticut. It's Tony Khan. That should be the only con in wrestling business.
He's like
That's
Crazy
backfired.
Eddie. You know Crazy Eddie, the old
Yeah.
commercials. Come now, 50% off every
you
goddamn
don't know his
thing.
ass. You don't know his
Hey,
ass
like,
from a hologram.
I'm not gonna take this shit anymore. I'm not gonna take this shit any fucking more. They brought it on to me.
When they did that celebration for that Japanese wrestler, I forgot the name of the Japanese wrestler. Forgive me.
Okada or
Okada.
Takeshita.
The one where they were like, we're going to all the fans together are going to say the saying together. Then it came up on the board behind it. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. And the thing is, that's the owner of the company producing that kind of segment.
Yep.
You would think that would be the most produced and the best, and he would have like all of his everything in a line to make everything go smooth. But he just goes out there with a fucking hope and a dream, and just
Yep.
fucking.
What was that shit, dude? How cringy was that when he came out and
Dude, I was
tried to have everybody?
I was watching it.
I had no fucking idea what he was talking about, dude. I didn't grow up on fucking New Japan Wrestling.
He said, "Let's do it one more time," and the crowd said no.
Yeah.
They were like, no.
Oh, but here's the worst thing they could have done. The dumbass greenlit showing off the footage where CM Punk chokes out Jack Perry.
Yeah.
You notice they've been
yeah.
this ever since, too.
Yep.
Just straight down into fucking hell.
They thought that they had some comedy gold that was going to get them straight
Well,
up, and their reason for doing it.
All it
Makes
did
no
was
sense.
make Punk even fucking more popular.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it stayed true to what Punk was talking about
Yes.
on the Ariel show.
And it proved everything that he said was legit. Everything he said was the fucking truth.
Well, now I want to see the all out footage. I mean, the footage that happened a year before that happened when they got to the fight at the other all out.
Yeah.
And I want to see that.
I wish they would just let them fight or do something.
Hey,
Like,
Punk-
they could
Punk-
have
If they
did so
had
much
any
stuff.
fucking brains at all,
They
they
coulda
could
did-
still be working that angle.
Yeah, they could have did so
Punk
much
wanted
stuff.
to, but guess what? The Cry Bucks,
Yeah.
they didn't want to.
You know what? Kenny Omega was down 14.
Yep. And the
Omega
Cry
was
Bucks were
willing
on
to work
once.
with
Because it
Punk.
was good business.
You
Yep.
goddamn
Sometimes
right.
you gotta make your own business. If you're being booked to fucking turds, you gotta have podcast Jim fucking call in and tell
Yeah.
some fucking jokes.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
You gotta figure
And
the
you know
shit
what?
out.
I mean, but seriously, imagine how fucking hot they would be right now
It would have been a hot feud.
if they would have fucking stuck with Punk and worked with him. Like each other, hate each other, fuck you, whatever.
Slow
Let's
burned
make
it,
some money.
and we wouldn't have had to sit through fucking Punk and McIntyre.
Shit, Punk and McIntyre
Hey, that was a
rocked,
great-
dude.
that was
You
great
like
feud,
McIntyre?
though.
I
You
can't.
goddamn
I can't,
right, dude.
Dude, I can't.
Dude,
get in-
McIntyre's awesome.
That was a
can't
good
get in-
feud.
I can't get into McIntyre, man.
Dude, he's
You're
gotten so
telling
much
me
better,
that
man.
you tell me that you
I'm
didn't
not
enjoy.
telling you it wasn't. No, I didn't say
You
that.
didn't enjoy that Hell in a Cell
Yes,
match.
yes, I did. I
he
enjoyed,
cut
I
a
enjoyed it
hell of a
all.
promo now,
I enjoyed every fucking bit of it, but it shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be CM Punk's feud.
Why not?
Because McIntyre he's not getting nothing off of it.
Shit.
McIntyre didn't get built any better, and Punk did. I don't
Aw,
think.
dude,
I
I
think
think-
they just had a good fucking.
No, they
brawl.
both blew up from
You
that,
think
dude.
so?
Hell yes.
I do because
Where's McIntyre
yes.
going next? What's McIntyre's next move?
oh,
It
he's
doesn't
going for
matter.
the title again.
It doesn't matter. They just
Both
had the
of 'em
fucking
are.
match of the year.
So you think when he comes back, he's going to have the fucking people behind him?
Yes.
Yeah, because
I hope so.
I mean, think about it. He went for the Claymore kick, and when he missed and he hits that steps, what better way than to gain sympathy? Because he just put his body on the line
Did
for
you
their
see those
entertainment.
fucking staples they had to put in his head? To move?
I love the matches, guys. But
That
what I'm
shit was
saying,
hard way, dude.
But what I'm saying is, I think, and Triple H books good,
Yeah.
but McIntyre always gets the fucking shaft. And
He does.
and he just did this badass fucking feud, and he's going to come back and he's going to challenge Gunther, and he's
get the
going to get
shaft
beat.
again.
I don't
I mean,
know.
and
then
I don't
there
think.
he- and then there
I don't
he
think
is.
you put him against Gunther at first. I think you build toward that.
Bring him back and let him beat up some
Yes, let him go through some fucking people.
people. Sheamus. Let him beat
Dude,
up
he's
Sheamus
cut-
finally.
He's cutting the fucking promos of his life now too.
He,
I mean, not only has he stepped it up in the ring, Drew McIntyre is fucking hilarious.
think if he would have came into the business the size he is now back in the day.
Yeah, I know, right?
He came
When
in
he
so
was Drew
scrawny.
Galloway,
He came
when
in
he's old
scrawny.
Galloway.
He came in real scrawny.
But this is what we got to thank AEW for. They gave us CM Punk, who gave us match of the year, feud of the year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is ironic because but 2 years ago they were like, yeah, we've signed CM Punk. This could be such a wild ride.
Yeah.
Then within not even a year, it was like the midway point of 2020, dude. They're like, you got Adam Page coming out there like, I'm gonna shit on this guy.
Dude, I got
Yeah.
shit
I
off.
got
And who
cable.
the fuck is Adam Page, really?
Exactly.
He's a fucking bitch.
fucking Magnum TA acting ass
He
motherfucker.
wished he fucking Magnum TA in a fucking butterfly set of blue jeans, a fucking
Yeah.
pussy.
When he was sitting there, when he came in and he gave the old clothesline to Christian, or
Yeah.
no, the guy Christian was fighting,
uh,
the guy from overseas. What's his fucking name?
Was it Shibata?
Nuh-uh, white guy.
trying to remember his name.
Oh, we're missing his name. He was in All Japan Forever. What's his fucking name?
You're not
Kyle
talking
Fletcher?
about little fucking, little long-haired fucking Jay.
Yeah, Jay White. That's
Oh,
him.
Jay White.
So he comes in, clotheslines Jay White to give Christian the win, and
He gets on
and-
my fucking
And he
nerves.
rolls out and he looks up, and I have a pug at home. He's a pug dog, and he's real chubby. And sometimes he'll get on his back and look up at me, and all of his fucking fur's there, and his face is there, and he's all cute. That's what Adam Page looked like when he was out there. He looked like a fucking pug dog, sitting there. His eyes were half crossed when he was looking up.
He's a little bitch, too.
I can't get behind him.
Jay White, another example of Tony Khan's booking.
Yeah.
What's old boy that's with him all the time?
Juice Robinson.
Juice.
Yeah.
Goddamn, I hate that I forgot his name. Juice Robinson's a fucking star.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, he can do
every
it all.
time Juice comes out, I want to see more of him.
He's the Honeycombs mascot.
He's a better promo. I would argue he's probably a better worker than Jay White because he's more believable. He's got fucking size. He can do all the shit Jay White can do.
And he came from NXT.
Yeah, they just don't get a chance to.
Why are they
blossom.
not pushing Juice?
It's like they bring in all these things that can be butterflies, but they don't allow them to hang out in the cocoon to where they develop into the butterfly.
Yep.
Because they come in as a butterfly from somewhere else, or they're building them down. They never let them fucking marinate. They throw them right in the fucking pot, man, and don't give them any ass, like Ricochet.
Even when he's got established stars. When he's got people that come in that are already stars, he doesn't know what to do with them. I'll give you a perfect fucking... This was a give me, dude. This was a... How could anybody have fucked this one up, right? Signs Soraya.
Yeah.
Who
still isn't doing shit.
For the record, is my fucking dream girl.
I think he bought,
also, she did porn.
I think he bought one of those figures from me. I think he bought a page from me.
Yes, but... But here's the deal. She comes in. She's been on the shelf for 7 years. Her career was over.
7 years.
They made a fucking movie about her.
Yep.
And here she comes out of retirement, and instead of giving her a few matches to get her legs under her, he throws her in the ring with the biggest star in their company, Britt Baker.
Kills it.
And it was a shitty fucking match.
Yep.
Of course it was a shitty match. The girl hadn't had one in 7 fucking years.
Let this lady destroy everybody making her way around and celebrate her coming back.
Yes, and now what is she? She's a fucking afterthought, dude. She comes out and does jobs. She's another one that had the fucking job for Riho.
Yep, she's still pretty cute.
And y'all motherfuckers out there want to wonder why I hate AEW. Fuck you.
She started wearing more breastable outfits after she was...
Soraya is so hot.
She's
Hey,
but
you can see her sex tape for free though.
I can't. I don't want to see Xavier's.
No, I don't
man
either.
piece.
I don't either.
Like that's one thing. Like porn's cool, but I don't like seeing dicks. Man.
You can see her
I'm not that
porn.
kid. I'm not that kid taking showers at the YMCA when I was young. Like I accidentally see one of my buddy's dad's dicks one time.
Oh no!
And it still freaks me the fuck out because he didn't know I was home, and like a dad came out of the bathroom and he was all dicked out, and I was just like, "Ah, Mister."
And that's why you stick to Soraya's porn pictures.
You know, like there's nothing worse than accidentally seeing somebody's dick.
Yep.
Like, fuck, man, oh, my bad, man.
And that's why the canusis is something that happens.
That's so funny that I didn't know Canusin's joke had something to do with balls on the chin.
Yep.
That's fucking
But
great.
yeah, I mean those are why I've given up on AEW.
So it's kind of funny we've been talking that because we've been venting this whole time. But what I have here for a question for AEW for each of us is the number one top fail since they've started 5 years ago. In the last 5 years, what's the number one top fail? Let's go with you first, Johnny.
The way they handled the CM Punk situation, how they fired him instead of actually doing something about Hangman Page.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that you too over there?
Yeah. I mean, what's a bigger fuck up than that they've done? I mean, they completely dropped the fucking ball. But you can write a book on Tony Khan's fuck ups, dude.
I think personally, man, it's...
If he was to come out, to me, the way I feel right now, the only thing that's going to save this company, and I mean its very fucking existence, is if he eventually comes out and says, "Hey, I'm stepping down as head of creative."
Because it would do the same thing that's happened with Vince stepping down. It would get a whole new people behind him, and within it would take.
It would
maybe
give them a second chance.
2 months.
Exactly.
2 months. 2 good pay-per-views. And you got everybody back on board.
Yeah.
You got AEW.
You'd have some goodwill, too. Right now, they don't have any.
You got Ring of Honor crowds with 5,000 people in the stands instead of the 200 or 300.
Exactly.
I think the biggest fail in the last 5 or since they've been around is overthinking what they're supposed to do to be a successful company.
Agreed.
I think if they broke it down and didn't try to do too much and try to put over the wrong shit and just stuck with what made wrestling, they would be a totally different company.
Exactly.
You know, I think probably the biggest mistake is letting the owner and the guy who signs the paychecks be in charge of the talent.
Well, yeah,
looks
I
like
mean, it goes back to my point. Is if he's head of creative, they don't have a fucking chance.
It makes no sense.
He has squandered all the goodwill that the fans had.
They could throw profit out the window of a building if this dude would bring in Jim Cornette for 3 months.
Yep.
Like, they don't get how much money they would make.
Could you fucking
if they could
imagine?
do that and let him fucking rim all the fucking elite, let him do exactly what he's going to do, let him have a Mark Briscoe and a couple other dudes behind him to not let nobody whoop his
Another
ass.
example, Mark fucking Briscoe. How's he not the number one babyface in that company?
Exactly.
Every time he says anything,
How?
it makes me giggle.
And everybody
Wu
else.
Tang Chicken.
He'd be sitting there, it'd be the dumbest promo, and just let him have the last 10 seconds so I can smile.
He's
The reason
fucking
why-
gold. He's gold, dude.
And also, the reason why is because Jay Briscoe would be the talker and Mark would be the wild one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wish that they'd fucking book him. But I also wish that they stop mentioning WWE all the time. It's like, you can't go anywhere without somehow they bring up WWE.
Yeah.
Like they had
it's
Will
true.
Ospreay insecure cutting their promo about, well, Triple H, I ain't afraid of grind. It's just that I'm not like you and marrying the boss's daughter.
I would have fined his ass off for that. If I were Tony Khan, I would have fined him fucking $20,000.
I would have just smacked him in his fucking face and been like, who would
There, you
criticize a
goddamn stupid.
dude who's in our business that grind it just like we all do, and he ended up marrying Stephanie McMahon? That's a high five.
Yeah.
And
That's what you need to, like, want to be.
Well, not only did he just marry her, they've had a family. They've been together long enough now to where, no, it wasn't just some fucking career
man.
move.
And also,
They're
Yeah,
actually
man.
a family.
and also people forget he was WWF champion before he ever married her in 2003.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
for
he
some
was
reason,
great.
they confused
Yeah.
his storyline marriage to her with his actual marriage, and I'm like, he held the title before he ever married her. Come on, dude.
Word is Triple H is still pissed off over that too. He's
bet.
still mad that Ospreay didn't come to WWE
I bet.
because they offered him supposedly a lot of money and a pretty sweetheart fucking deal, dude, and he turned it down.
Well, dude, he's good, man, but what about Fletcher?
Yes,
Fletcher's
kid
like
has come a long way,
Fletcher's
man.
like him, but a bigger.
y'all have seen him shave his
Fletcher's
head.
fucking doing it, man.
He's younger too.
Yeah,
And-
he's everything better. And it's like if he stays, or that's who you want to get. Like if you get him to go to WWE,
He
like,
didn't have the promos, but imagine if he's
put him
with
under
the right
somebody,
people.
put him with somebody that talks. And like I said, I think that's something that's missing is the manager. And it seems like maybe AEW is bringing it back just with like MVP, you know, because that's somebody who could go. He
Yeah,
could
Don
get in the ring
Callis.
and go if he wanted to. Don Callis. Dude,
Yeah,
Don
but
Callis.
Callis, God damn it, man, he's like almost got the right idea.
He goes so left field for no fucking reason, like out of
Stupid.
nowhere.
It's like, motherfucker, really a flathead screwdriver?
What was the?
It's a goddamn murder weapon.
What was-
Can you just have something that'll knock a motherfucker out and not commit
like
homicide?
like a club.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Not
Some
a
nuts.
homicide
Some
weapon.
nuts.
Not felony assault, motherfucker. Can we just, you know?
He hands
like,
a fucking MS-15. He's like, he's
Yeah.
like, throw some acid in their eye.
it makes the shit cheesy.
He gonna throw a
dude.
knife and they'd be like, stab the
Yeah,
man inside the eye,
stab
cut
him
it out.
twice.
Yeah, it just makes it cheesy. It's like we
And
know
you-
you're not going to stab somebody with that screwdriver, so
Yeah.
why the fuck are you bringing it out
And
to
you
the
would
ring?
think someone like him would know better than
Speaking
Yeah.
of which, recently I did see a knife get used in wrestling, and he was actually taking it and digging it into the guy's
What?
lips. Like, I'm like, man, Pano, calm down.
Oh, Matt, you see Madman do that?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Where was that at?
And it's up there at Paradigm Pro Wrestling,
Woo.
Indiana.
See, seeing that in a fucking indie show.
Well, imagine that angle though, to where somebody finally just lost their shit and pulled a knife out and tried to cut somebody.
That's crazy.
That's believable.
Yeah.
But to have a fucking person
Like somebody scared.
who literally every time they come out pulls a knife out, that's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah,
like
you can't cut everybody.
Nobody's gonna allow that shit to happen.
You can't cut everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're gonna go to jail because that's what happens in the real world when you pull a fucking knife out on somebody. It's felony assault, dude. It don't, you know.
Were you doing some adjusting?
Yeah.
So was something messed up?
No, someone was trying to call me.
Oh, okay.
It was my uncle.
Yeah, my brother's trying to call me too.
You guys got all kinds of call-ins coming in.
Yes,
Well,
right.
I'll take this for a couple seconds to throw out a couple promotions. Down in Cynthiana, Kentucky, Oasis Bar and Grill. They are having a huge Halloween party Friday night where they got costume prizes, best costume, sexiest costume. All that kind of good stuff. They're going to be dancing, shaking their asses all night long. Drink specials and great food. The food down there is unbelievable. I had some homemade blue cheese dip with some celery sticks, and they were savory and super yummy. And then I ordered a couple orders of the boneless chicken wings. And
Oh,
took them
love
home.
it.
Boy, I told them they should bottle their ranch sauce. I got a couple of their in-house ranch, and I was like, you guys need to bottle this up and sell it because it is delish. And then Saturday, I'm going to be going up to Nicholasville, Kentucky, Neon Nights. Last Halloween party I was up there, it was unbelievable. We talked about it on the show earlier, the rise and fall of Hide the Riot. Go check that out if you haven't. But this year's Halloween party is going to be banging too.
Hell
We're going
yeah.
to be jumping around. We're going to be karaokeing. Make sure you guys get out there. We appreciate everyone. And if you're listening and you're tuning in, make sure you like and share. If you have any music that you, if you're in a band and you want your music, you're in the metal genre and you want it played, we'll play some local stuff. If you send it in and it sounds good, we'll put you on the thumbs up or the thumbs down. But make sure you like and share. Show that you care. We appreciate everyone out there.
I would give a shout out to my brother. He just tried calling me, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm fucking live right now."
Travis?
Yes.
Is he watching?
Travis is my brother. No, but I told him he could tune in. Travis is the reason I'm still a wrestling fan now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because many years ago I had just quit watching, and he bought us tickets to an In Your House in Louisville.
Oh, how cool was that?
This was in the 90s.
What was the show?
Like mid-90s.
You remember the show?
Oh, yes, I remember the show.
Oh, let's hear about this mid-90s In Your
This
House
was,
Louisville card.
what was the name of the fucking pay-per-view? It was In Your House, something. Anyway, first match on the card was Brian Pillman
Ooh, you seen Brian Pillman live. I've never seen Brian Pillman.
versus Goldust.
I want to see that. man.
And the winner of the match got Marlena, basically.
Ooh.
I remember that.
And I bet her
Yeah.
titties was banging.
Oh,
Marlena
her
was
titties
fine.
were.
Well, what's so...
Oh, we got Bobby Green inside the house. He said, I want to be a wrestler.
Hell yeah.
You've already been a wrestler, Bobby Green.
It turned out to be Pillman's last match.
Was that Pillman's last match?
From what I understand, yeah.
Yeah, because he ended up
I mean,
dying
you could
October 5th.
y'all could fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that was his last match.
Marlena as Goldust's valet was probably the hottest she ever was. That was
Hey.
probably the best right there, right?
There was
Breaking news, though. Bobby Green just said he did another show last Saturday night in Jeffersonville.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That's big. Congratulations, Bobby Green.
There you go, man. Hell yeah. I'd like to see you live, too. I can see you in the ring for years. That'd be awesome.
Also, his dad was on here recently, too.
Current?
Yep, that's Bobby Green's son.
Yeah. I know him out of Cynthiana.
here's some more retro.
Let's hear this.
y'all.
Let's hear this
This
card.
the
The opener's good
Now-
enough for me.
now-
I would have went there and paid a ticket just for that fucking opener.
Now, granted, this show turned me into a wrestling fan again. Okay, later on in the night, we had a midget match, which was cool. You don't see them anymore. It was Max Mini versus El Toro.
Oh, nice.
Max Mini was.
Max Mini.
I remember
which was
Max
tiny
Mini.
little fucker, man, like really little.
Was he dressed up like Max Moon?
No, he had the
mask
yellow.
on. That was
He had the
cool.
yellow and black
Did
luchador suit on. But anyway, you had Bret Hart versus the Patriot.
Oh wow!
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's some throwback shit too.
They really
right?
tried to push the Patriot hard. They thought he was the next coming to Hulk
they
Hogan.
Did. Yeah.
They did.
The main event was Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker.
Wow!
Yeah. And
That's-
this was,
that's in
this
your
was
house
the
ground
very
zero.
beginning. Yes, this was the very beginning of DX, like before they were even calling themselves DX. They
And a
were
month
just kind
before
of
the Hell
coming
in
out
a Cell.
together.
I don't even think DX took off until Shawn Michaels was out of it.
Yep.
That night, It was first time I ever saw Stone Cold. He came out. He wasn't wrestling. He was on injured reserve. But Jim Ross was in the middle of the ring doing some kind of something.
And he came out?
He came out and fucking raised hell. Son of a bitch, and this and that, and he kicked the shit out of Jim Ross and stunned him, and the whole crowd lost their shit. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? He just stunned an old man in the middle of the ring. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Stone Cold, by damn.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
So what Sean was this? Was this the drug abuse,
well, this
long
was,
mullet
the
hair?
drug abuse one.
Yeah, this was right before
Fucking
Degeneration
really
X,
just fucking
Shawn Michaels.
loose as a goose.
Yeah.
This was the Shawn Michaels that was still on a tippy top of being drug riddled. And then
That's
the
probably
next
the best
month is when
Shawn.
he really saw it.
Yeah,
That's probably the best shot.
And Brett was still kind of on top at that time. He was still kind of the top guy.
I wish somehow Brett just could have been a lifer in WWE.
Yeah.
You know,
Me
that's
too.
if we could talk about regrets on something.
We talk
that I
about
could try
bad
to
booking.
change.
Goddamn, son, that was bad booking. What they did
Yeah.
in WCW was
They
pretty
tore him
lousy.
down. They tore him to death, and I heard a whole
Yeah.
back the scenes with him on how they fucked him on money. They booked him wrong, took his money, did everything, ruined his career.
Yep.
Like who
Elbow
wouldn't
thrust
fucking be
kick.
bitter? He's lucky somebody didn't get killed.
Yep.
They're lucky somebody didn't die
Yeah.
in that WCW locker room, because that you fucked with a dude who was on the top of everything, and you gave him more than he ever even thought about getting, and then ripped it from him and treated him like shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
His first fucking time in the ring in WCW was a referee, dude.
Yeah.
This is a fucking referee.
And they said, hey, I know. Let's have him rehash what just happened to him a month ago. The Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, just stupid shit.
Like I said, if you guys want to call in, though, or talk to the fellas, 859-684-9535. Call into PINFALLS and Power Chords. And if you like the show, like it and share it with your friends and tune in.
If you don't like the show, fuck you.
Fuck you. But after this show, it's going to be every Monday night. We're going to be, when Raw comes on, your second thought should be, oh, shit. Pinfalls and Power Chords is
That's
on
right.
too, so if we're watching Raw, we might as well tune into Pinfalls and Power Chords to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I guess it's about time for Battle of the fucking Bands.
Yes, next song.
This is the part of the show where we get down, we listen to a couple tunes, we judge them. And I didn't write down a score sheet pre-thing, so I got to write down.
Well, right now we're just in the preliminaries anyway.
Yeah, so we'll actually listen to a couple songs and we'll just judge them and talk about them and have a good time, and we'll start the scoring.
When we get
Monday.
down to the final bands, that's when we start really going, deep into the scoring and trying to figure out.
Well, this is the Battle of the Band. This is the last two. This is the Battle of
the last two?
for the show. Yeah, we're getting late.
Fuck.
It's already an hour and 15 minutes into the show.
Yep.
No, I mean like as
9:16.
on the series, not.
Oh
for this show.
no! This is the second two. This will be the
Right,
second
that's
two.
what
on
I
it.
mean.
Yeah.
We're early in getting these bands, figured out.
But this
Sorted
first one we're going to listen to is Cryptic Child, and this song's called
Suture.
Suture.
Suture. It's like a stop the bleeding.
See, they're
basically.
kind of
Suture
creative
yourself.
with suture.
Yeah, suture yourself.
Now,
Check these guys out. You guys can check this out on YouTube. No music video, it's just song only.
yep.
Kind of boring so far.
Yep. I ain't really heard any second gear getting kicked in yet.
Got a little groove to it.
If we're putting this up against the other one blow this one out of the water.
Yeah, I think that first song we heard earlier today by Jimmy Mitchell set the bar today
Yep.
pretty high. Like, I don't hate it,
No, it's
but
not
it's
horrible.
not. It's not like
They've got potential.
Yeah, they do.
it's not though. It's not getting me hype the way that the Jimmy Mitchell song did
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, they're not there yet. They need to cook a little longer.
They do.
Yeah.
I like the sound. I like what they're trying to do. I like
Yeah.
the direction of metal that they're going. Don't get me wrong. I love this style of
And
metal.
it's pretty good. Like, you know, it's
But-
the feels are real nice.
They're not there yet.
It just the rhythm's a little boring.
It's a little shaky too. It's not quite.
Yeah.
It's not tight. You know,
And
like
it feels repetitive.
yeah.
Like you can tell when they're repetitive when they're not.
Like the vocalist has strong vocals. He's not varying up enough of his cadence to
That's a good call.
emphasize any kind of dynamic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Yep.
does.
It does.
It's the same every. It's like, instead of putting any fucking oomph on this or that, you know.
Yeah, he could have did some extra backups for sure. too.
Right.
could have.
Or just fucking pulled one out, you know.
Go,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Little breakdown,
I mean,
breakdown jam.
The guys got potential. They do, you know, but they're just not there yet.
And I think I did it backwards. I think the band name is Suit Yourself, and this song title's Cryptic Child.
No, I think Cryptic Child is the band, dude.
Is it? Well, he
Yeah,
said
see the
name,
font?
They said the name of it twice in the song.
The font is Cryptic Child.
If you guys, anybody out there's heard this, let me know.
That's kind of a play on words. Instead of suit yourself, it's
Yeah,
suit yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yep,
saying.
I was saying that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the ballpark of these guys aren't awful, and
Yeah,
I could,
that's their name.
I could hear them being really good down the road. Nice guitar tone. The guitar tone's pretty nasty, man.
Yeah, I don't mind none of this. Like every time the breakdown hits, it's
Right here. Yeah, it's just kind of plain Jane, though. Really,
Very,
it's just
very
nothing.
plain Jane.
Yeah, there's just nothing really there yet. But
It's like walking past a stage that's got a big festival, and there's 3 stages, and there's 2 metal bands, and you're walking by to see the metal band you actually want to see. These guys are playing at this stage as you're walking by.
yeah, yeah, and then you know what? That's fine. I'm sure
They're on the stage.
they're probably young. They've probably been not doing this very long. I mean,
There you go.
If they-
little attitude.
if they stay together for a couple of years, they could probably get something. You know. But this song has went on way too long.
Yeah, it's going like 5 minutes, I think.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
can go ahead and
that-
cut it. You can cut it down.
For that kind of song, that is way too long.
Yeah, they should have
dude.
butched it up and smudged it together
They
in
could
about
have
3
cut
minutes.
fucking 3 minutes out of that song. And,
Yeah, and it's not a bad song, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, tonight
it's-
instead of judging everybody and giving them actual scores, we're just kind of
It's a
giving them a
bad
thumbs
song,
up or
but I'm
thumbs
not-
down for the competition later on.
It's a bad song, but I'm not going to say they're a bad band.
I don't think that it's going to make it far in our competition, and that's the reason I'm going to give it the thumbs down, because
Yeah.
I kind of know what they're going to be going up against
Yep. Yeah.
in the next few Mondays.
It's a down for me, too.
So I'm going to down on it. We appreciate you guys.
Down.
But
Sending
it
hey,
in, but-
guys, if you're out there listening, please stay with it, because I heard a lot in there that where you guys have a really potential to be fucking killer. Like you got the goods.
You know what we should
just
do
stay
in,
with it.
in between these?
Shorten your fucking songs and learn about how to make some dynamics in your music, man. You know, emphasize points here and there. Back off or
good job.
beef up.
Good advice.
You know,
That is good advice.
to stay the same linear fucking feel and tone and volume and emphasis for over 5 minutes is fucking torture.
We cut it a minute short.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a potty break,
Yep.
but I'm going to throw it to Mike because we haven't did one of our segments yet, and I don't want to pass it up before we do it. And we need the album of the week.
Oh, shit.
So
Okay.
Mike Watkins is going to give you the album of the week, and I'm going to go let a few toots in here as I take a pee, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, and there's a couple now. As far as this week's releases, I'm not sure what's coming out tomorrow. But I know there was an album that came out very recently that is fucking cool. And it's by a band called Oransi Pazuzu.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's spelt how it sounds. It's ORANSSI, first word. Second word, Pazuzu, which is the name of the classic demon from The Exorcist.
Yep.
Pazuzu, and that's Pazuzu. The name of the album, I'm just going to wing it because I have no fucking idea how you pronounce this. But it's Muantautuya. And that's spelled Muuntautuja. Muantautuya. Muantautuya is what it says. It sounds Aztec almost.
Yeah,
to me,
it does.
but they're like they take black metal and electronic
Yeah.
and ambient, and they mix it together, and it sounds like a fucking really cool horror movie soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's
killer,
what I'm talking
man.
about.
It's killer. It's like if John Carpenter went to Norway and did a fucking album with one of those black metal bands.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like
And he'd be incorporating his synth metal and everything.
yeah, and you can hear all that shit behind, like the sound effects, the fucking really cool, creepy noise, sound effects, all that really cool stuff is in their music, and it's so fucking interesting.
Hell yeah.
And I've been listening to this band for years, and they just dropped this album maybe last week or the week before. Very cool fucking album.
It's very cool because it's got that classic horror feel.
Yes, and it's Halloween. And there's
right.
not a better fucking record I could think of for Halloween than the new Oransi Pazuzu. It's fucking great.
That's right. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
And that last band that we were listening to, they had a repetitive nature to their. I mean, the band's probably cool, but
Yeah.
the song basically had a repetitive. You could tell when it's a repetitive streak.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's not even like I hate them, you know. Like I can
Yep.
hear in them where they've got
Yep.
potential to be really good.
But for the song itself, like, there's nothing to keep you engaged. Like,
Right.
all throughout the song, it kept the same repeat to it.
Yes, and
And
it
then
just
the
really
singer-
didn't go much of anywhere.
Exactly.
Now I like the last time the album of the week was the Blood Incantation. I think
I
right?
looked them up too, and
That
they were
fucking
fucking
album is
nuts.
incredible,
But they
dude.
were super long. The one you
It's
told
like
me about.
25 minutes.
Yeah, and I listened to it, and I downloaded a bunch of their shit, their older shit. I downloaded like one or two songs from every album.
Dude, that new album is like Pink Floyd going and doing a death metal record.
I knew exactly what you meant as it started out.
Yeah.
Like you can hear that.
Oh, yeah.
When you explain it the way like that, when you go into it, that's the best thing about the like. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Spotify and all that stupid
No,
shit.
I hate
So
that
I like
shit.
I like physical copies.
Yes.
But when it comes to stuff like that, like, oh brother, have you listened to this?
Streaming for me is to just check shit out see if I want to buy
Exactamundo.
it.
Yeah.
Just to listen to it, see if I want to buy it,
Yeah.
or listening to shit at work.
Yeah.
You know,
And I wish
Stream
more. I
stuff
wish
at
more
work.
people was into it that way. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. You gotta have something to listen to.
Yeah.
what's the last CD you bought? Have you bought a CD? Hide the Right,
Last
probably.
CD that I bought was Hide the Ride.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
And that was because it had the song Truth, but I've listened to all the songs that's on it.
I appreciate
Top
you, man.
grade song.
That's a fucking banger.
And before that, the last CD before that was 3 Days Grace, a 1X. And I still got it.
Is that the newest one?
The
Are
old one, the very old one.
They're one of those bands that I probably should listen to more of, because the little bit that I have heard of them, I didn't hate. I thought it was pretty decent. You know.
Yeah, they're Adam, the original singer Adam. He was on point for them.
Yeah.
But then they brought in Al Crane Trio's singer, and when you listen to it too, you're like, who the fuck is this?
It's a little different.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, he's good on Alkaline Trio because I love his song Armageddon.
But he
for
don't
them.
mix, he don't mix well with that band.
He don't, because as soon as you hear it, you're like,
That's
I don't
not
know.
that band no more.
Exactly.
It's a different band.
Now, I will say, Linkin Park's new singer that they brought in,
That chick.
She's pretty
she's on point
badass,
with
man.
Chester.
She's pretty good.
And it seems like everybody that people that hate on it are people that kind of are ignorant to the scene.
Well,
Yep.
people
And everybody
suck
that
anyway.
everybody that,
I mean,
that's supportive are people that I think really are the fans of the band.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that girl's been doing her damn thing for a long time.
Yep.
yeah, and she rocks. And I'm not a huge fan of the band,
Yeah.
but you still appreciate good
Yep.
when you hear it. And
I was
that girl's
disappointed.
good.
I was disappointed in hearing that Chester Bennington's mom was getting mad at them, saying, "Oh, you disrespect myself." I'm like,
Yeah, it's weak.
Yes.
Yeah,
might have
that's
been rumor.
Like, honey,
Exactly.
he's gone.
Hopefully that's just rumor.
"Oh
know?
no," she actually came out
Oh,
and
shit.
said, "Yep."
No. That's lame.
That's
I was like,
fucking-
"Oh, come
that is
on."
lame. It's
Yeah.
like he's gone.
And also, it's paid tribute to him.
Yeah, there's 5 other guys in that fucking band.
Yeah.
You really think they ought to just hang it up and quit?
If they
Yeah.
don't, if they don't, others will. If it's not 5 Japanese girls that start playing all fucking songs.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if they like, why not have the actual band be able to do it instead of some other cover band's going to come along and fucking do it?
Exactly.
Because they're going to do it just like when AC/DC and all those kind of bands already have cover bands
Dude,
that travel
AC/DC
nonstop.
is absolutely the greatest example
Yeah.
of a band that lost their
Mm-hmm.
fucking incredibly iconic frontman
Yep.
and was still able to be successful afterward.
And game.
There's not a better fucking example of that.
Yeah. The
'Cause-
longevity
because how
after the
fuck
popularity.
how the fuck could you ever replace somebody like Bon Scott, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then Brian Johnson came in.
Like
and
it wasn't nothing
They
else.
laid down the fucking album of their career with that Back in Black, dude. That
Yeah,
fucking
man.
album's flawless.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow.
Yeah.
God damn, really?
Exactly.
It's my-
Yeah, it
Like,
definitely wasn't
get
the
the
Van
fuck
Halen.
outta
You know,
here.
the Van Halen did it the opposite way. They kind of stumbled. They had success on both sides, but I think they stumbled the way that they
See,
went from point A to point
I
B.
like the Sammy.
agree.
I like the Sammy Halen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
a
do
good one.
too.
You know, now of course they rocked harder with David Lee. Everybody knows that. You know,
you know, old school Flintstones. I thought it was gay before the I thought the jump might as well jump.
Yeah.
But when I heard that, I was listening to other shit, and I was like, that's
yeah,
weak.
that sucked.
But then Pound Cake came out, and Right Now, and those were just like really good rock and roll
Dude,
songs.
5150.
Oh, 5150,
is
yeah, there you
probably
go.
my favorite Van Halen record, and that
Yeah.
was the first one that Sammy did.
Yeah, and it was great music wise. To me though, I just thought it was kind of gay.
Yeah.
But my favorite Van Halen album was Fair Warning.
Okay.
That's got Unchained on it and Mean Street.
I don't have a favorite Van Halen. I wish I did, man. I'm a jackass. I'm
Dude,
not
the
a
last
big fan.
one was fucking great.
I bet, and that's what it is.
Running
They're
with
probably
the
all
devil.
good.
That-
They're probably all decent, but it just none of them stick out to. I'm not. It's not a huge fan.
Oh
I don't
shit,
know what
dude!
It is, man.
Halen 1 and 2,
Just unbelievable.
and
I've
Fair
listened to. I
Warning,
got them all cassette tape.
all great. Dude.
I've listened to them all cassette tape.
Yeah, those are all just fucking killer. But as far as albums, because I'm an album guy, you know,
Yeah.
like I'll
Yeah.
judge an entire album.
That's how I like to do it too. Most of the time.
That Different Kind of Truth, which was the last album they did, and
Mm.
it had David Lee on it.
Oh, okay.
The worst fucking song on that album is the one they put out as a single, which
No
was
shit.
Tattoo. That song sucks.
Did you like it much when that dude from Extreme was the singer? What's his name?
Oh,
again?
it sounded like Sammy. He sounded just like Sammy.
Did he
dude.
just kind of reenact
Yeah,
it? Just
you would have thought it was Sammy if you didn't know it was Gary Sharon.
I couldn't put a single out that I
It
remember
sucked.
being.
It was lame. And here's the thing. In retrospect, I've read about a lot of this shit, and I've seen interviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Eddie were very hard to get along with, dude.
Yeah.
So regardless of who you were
It
coming
wouldn't
in,
have fucking mattered who came in there. They were going to be assholes no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, they even turned against Michael Anthony, dude. I mean, even he couldn't fucking work with them at the end.
and that's weird too, right?
Yeah, I
like,
think
you
so.
just get in such a weird mood. You're like when somebody else comes over, you just don't want to agree with nothing. You don't want to go along with nothing. You
Yeah.
don't want to respect anybody's ideas or anything. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to those brothers. They're incredible. They were fucking Van Halen. you
Yeah.
know?
They were.
But yeah, it's hard to sit there and just blame Sammy or blame David Lee or blame when you see the same pattern with every singer they've had. you know.
So we're going to.
It's like that old saying. It's like if everybody around you is an asshole, you're the fucking asshole.
That's reason.
right.
And I'm not the asshole. I'm the hoe ass. I'm the cheeks and the hoe. I'm the whole thing.
Why go halfway?
We got one more song to listen to out here, and then we're gonna do Mike's ventilation. I'm gonna tell a couple people the ventilator, and then I'm gonna tell a couple people what's going on, and we're gonna get out of here. It's been a pretty fun show, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone that's tuning in, make sure
it's good to be back.
This is by a band called Hollows. It's a song called Leaves.
Cool.
Check this out.
13 years ago?
This is 13 years old. I didn't even know it.
Yeah,
this guy's probably got pubes by now.
Why are we reviewing shit from 13 years ago?
I don't know. This got sent in. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
I bet these guys at least one of them's fat now.
Oh, every one of them. And bald. You know the fucker with the bleach blonde hair has no hair
He
now.
has no hair now. This might be one of them bands we got to look at and see where they are now.
Yeah, these fuckers done had grown-ass kids and shit by now.
These guys like, I know, I'll send this in to a podcast. I mean, it's been out 13 years ago, but
I feel like
hey,
if I
they'll
close my
review
eyes, I'd like it more.
Screamo.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a fat groove, man.
Yep.
I can give it to them.
I literally do that dance to try to make my wife and daughter laugh in the mornings when I'm wearing just like boxers.
Yeah.
And that's how they're grooving right now.
I like the groove.
Dude, I don't
man.
mind this at all.
No, I'm not a fan of the singer.
I don't mind if he changes it up. If he stays with that the whole fucking song.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, he just got pretty. A little too pretty, though.
A little bit too pretty, yeah.
He went a little bit too Blink 180 on me.
Yep.
And now I know that I'll suck a dick.
Yeah. I hate bands that do this shit, dude. It's so awful.
Don't get so pretty with it. Like, just sing a little. Cool.
Yeah, don't be a bitch about it.
I think one of the best bands that do it tastefully, System of a Down.
Hell yeah.
Well,
in
but
between
Serge
singing
is so unique in his style, you know.
And I don't think that he screams enough
Yeah.
either.
But there's 1,000 bands that do this shit right here.
Uh-huh.
That'll do the clean singing or whatever. But dude, they got a fat groove. When they're grooving, they're badass. They need never sing that weak ass shit that they sang a minute ago.
I'm just so sad.
I wanna cry. That's what they
look at
sound
this. What are they doing?
like. I dropped the mic, now they're doing something
Somebody's
different.
got an uncle that added this and was like, hey, you guys need to add a little bit of orchestra in here.
They're like,
What about
all right,
that?
let's
Is
do
the
it.
singer a chick or a fucking dude? I
don't know.
I can't tell.
I can't either.
Show us something to let us know if you are a dude.
Yeah, every time they show its
Both?
face, it's
Maybe
all
all of
blurred
them are
out.
both.
Like I can't see the fucker's face.
Yeah, it's a man.
Okay. Well, a man, that's argumentative.
Yeah, it's a little boy.
I didn't like that brain bag.
No.
I didn't either. Like, what was he trying? What was he expecting? Was he trying to show off his
I like the attempt at being epic there, though, with the break.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was
I
coming
like,
up was going to be
you know, the
awesome.
big
If they would have came
violin.
in just fucking blew my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I like what they were trying to do here, but
That break was like almost my favorite part of the song.
yeah. When they went with that break, it shouldn't have been showing the band sitting there hopping still. I mean, it should have went somewhere else, man.
Yep.
But that's cool. The singer's a little bit too pretty, too. I'm just going to say it.
Yep. I don't know what he's using. He's using makeup.
He just
A
wear.
little-
He never wear a white
I mean,
shirt.
does he have fucking rouge on his lips or
White
what's
shirt.
that shit,
White
you
shirts
know?
make you look fat.
He's basically got.
All right, we turn that off.
Yep.
Well, first off, where it's so old. They're
Yeah,
not
what the
around
fuck?
no
Who is sending
more.
us shit from fucking 13 years
I'll have
ago?
to check my emails and see what's on there. But you should see some of the other stuff I get sent. That was definitely a lot better because I don't get a whole lot of metal.
Well, that's going to change
I
things.
get country music from like Ireland.
Fuck it. We'll judge that shit too.
Yeah, we'll judge
Oh,
some
I can
country
throw it
music
on there.
first.
Let's
Fuck
see
it. Who gives
let me
a
see
fuck?
Let me see if I randomly
If somebody's
have
going to
something.
send us music, then fuck it. Let's play it.
I'm going to tell you right
Let's see.
now. The winner of tonight's was That Jimmy Mitchell.
Yeah, that
Oh,
very
yeah,
first.
dude.
Neither of those two songs that came after
Yeah,
had any of the criteria that it did.
that shit rocked. Now,
Yep.
you said that guy's out of West Virginia, right?
Yeah, he's out of Huntington.
Yeah,
which
and
is
he's
pretty,
fucking current.
which is
that
pretty
was
close.
new,
That
you
was
know?
brand new. That was
And he
brand
said-
new.
and he
Who
sounds
the
just like
fuck's
Pearl
in his
Jam.
shit from 13 years ago?
I'm trying to check
I can't
the
get
email.
over it.
All right, here we go. Here's a send-in, because like I said, I get these all the time.
Right.
And this is random. I don't know the genre. I don't know nothing about this. Okay.
So we just received this, and it's blind.
This is a music.
We're blind
It,
running.
it says new music submission by C.W. Garden. It's Skeleton. I can find. I can download it right here. I think, Johnny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think, and get it. See if I can get it going for us here.
That sounds good. And Bobby Green, we'll talk about that Sunday night. That's when the wrestling show will be happening. 'Cause we got
Actually, let's see if we can find it on YouTube.
What's that picture on right there? Is that us? On the Pinfalls and Power Chords thing?
From earlier.
I was like, where the fuck am I at?
We got
right
you.
there.
I just see two nicks.
There you go. See.
you see you below.
Oh, see, now that's false advertising.
You're just down there on the bottom,
That's
Mike.
fucking,
You're over in the
I
corner.
see how the fuck this shit's gonna be.
He made it.
Yeah.
Send us a better picture.
Let's work on that,
It's
shall we?
C.W. Garton. C.W. Garton.
Yeah.
I'll send you a bunch of the pictures that we have together. We've taken a whole bunch of cool pictures.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff
had
and
an
all
old
that
one
stuff.
that was cool.
We got a bunch of good ones.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That we haven't even.
Yeah,
we
that
haven't
one.
used before.
That one just ain't gonna cut it, man.
We're gonna see if we can find this C.W. Garden that they sent me. I can't download it right here and play it live like I thought.
Landscaping.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's Garton. It looks like it's Garton.
Garton. Oh,
Yeah.
not garden.
Okay.
Yeah, not Garden. Garton.
Yeah, so back it up.
And it's C.J., not C.W.
Oh, CJ.
Well, you were fucked up
Yeah.
all the way around.
He's
then.
been drinking the whole time we've been doing podcasts, so by now, Superfly's done drank 4 or 5
Wait,
fifths
you
over
said
here.
CW. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it wrong.
Yeah.
I've not been
You
drinking.
can't
at all.
listen to what
There
I
it
say.
is. There it is.
You can't listen to what I'm saying.
Okay. Was there a particular song you wanted us to
Skeleton.
get?
Skeleton Crew. Type in Skeleton Crew then.
Let me type in the full thing then.
Yeah. And then we're going to see. Well, like I said, what we're doing is, I was telling Mike, I get all these different people just sending me random music from where we've been doing music shows for 4, 5, 6 years now. But some of them are so not my genre and so out of the blue. Let's see if we get this. It's called Skeleton Crew.
No, it's one L.
1L.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back it up.
Mike's good at this.
O.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it ain't. It's E. It's L.
Or yeah, ETON.
Yeah. One more E and then T-O-N.
Yeah.
Between 3 of us, how many people does it take to spell skeleton?
I used to be a fucking spelling bee champion back in school.
We're almost there. Skeletons Crew.
Yep.
It should have fucking came up already.
It's probably pretty obscure.
There it is.
There we go. Let's see. Search. There it
There
is.
it
Skeleton. That's the exact one right here.
All right.
And here
This
we go.
better be worth all the fucking trouble.
No, it's not. I promise you. I told you. If it's anything like anything else that's been sent to me,
Okay.
it's
All right.
like it's old school country music from like Ireland. Is
Okay.
what all this shit's been. So let's check it out.
Here we go.
C.W. Garton. Garden.
Garton.
Garton.
That's right. Garton.
I see Leatherface down there.
That's kind of a cool picture.
Me too.
Is this motherfucker playing?
Is he going?
Nothing's working
Is
there.
it muted?
There we go.
To the desert like the wind in the dark. Thunder of the horses and a beating heart. Sony round those that had it to lose.
Big old deep country voice, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Views had no consequence.
I'd love to have that job. Just
They were all strung up, hanging
That's
from
right.
the
Strum it for him.
chosen
Strum it
few.
for him.
and it's all really good produced. Like nothing that I get sent is like poorly produced or sounds. It's really heavily produced country, thick, old school country from like 80s, early 90s, maybe early 80s.
Hell yeah.
This could have been from the 70s.
It could have been, yeah, definitely. Like you
I
can
actually like this.
well, you can see this
I
at
like
the
it
beginning
too.
of an old western. You know, the end of an old Western, either or.
Yeah, I like this way better than anything on the country channels.
The end of a real good movie that don't end the way you want it to sometimes. And it's happening, you're walking away.
Right.
Well, man, we'll give old CW. If you guys are out there and you guys are into this style, go look up CJ.
Boy, it's blasting. No, it's fucking loud in my head.
Yep.
It's way loud.
Yeah. We'll turn it down, man.
Yeah, that's better, man. Yeah.
And we appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Go ahead and just kill that for me if you don't care, John.
Yep.
We appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Starting.
I actually don't mind that.
That was kind of cool.
I'm not a country
It wasn't
fan,
the
but I
worst.
could dig that.
I was hoping it was going to be way worse. But when it came on, it was like, that was kind of soothing. It was kind of soothing.
Yeah, make sure it's shitty next time.
But
God damn
starting
it.
Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, actually, we're going to be here about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to be doing live with Nick Nasty. I'm going to be promoting all kinds of bands and acts from the Lexington and Kentucky area for an hour. And then we're going to have Eric Leviathan come in here. We will be Eat, Sleep, Breathing Metal for an hour and a half, starting at 4 o'clock. We have a full show lined up. We got bands from all over the world we're going to play. He's got some merch and stuff he's going to be giving away. We got this thing where we're going to ask a question, third caller, get some merch. We're going to send it in to him and all that good stuff. And that's going to be every Sunday at 4 o'clock. So
that's right.
Every Sunday you can tune in at 4 o'clock and you can listen to a couple podcasts with me on it. And then Monday fucking night, all the clouds come together. The storm brings us Pinfalls and Power Chords at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Cool thing is where it's going to be Monday night, we're now going to be also doing the Raw Watch Along, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll have something kind of in the background going along, and hopefully it's half as good as this last week's.
I mean, if we're going to do that,
it's
I
been
hope that
very
it's
good.
just kind of a background thing.
Yeah, we're not going to stay focused. We're going to do our show just like we just did our
we
show.
have to do a whole
but we're
fucking
just
watch-along.
But we're just going to have some Raw going on behind us and kind of talking about it. It'd be a real helpful when we do the Raw
You don't think
segment
they'll
and all that
fucking
good
sue
stuff.
us, do you?
We won't have it playing loud. We'll just watch. We're not going to listen.
Okay.
It-
So we can react then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be exactly. It'll be real cool, man. It'll be neat.
You would think I would ask you this shit off the air, you know,
It's all good.
instead of just talking shop.
Well, the
all
thing is,
fucking show's going on.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to remember. You can just watch the show and get your answers.
Well, that's
You don't-
perfect for me
you
because
don't
I
have to ask
wouldn't
me
fucking
again.
remember
You don't,
if I
you don't have
had
to ask me again. But we appreciate everyone tuning in, and make sure that you're here Monday night. We have one more segment. The way that we end the show every week is with Mike's ventilator. So we're going to let him ventilate, and then you guys make sure you like and share the show, and you're back here Monday night for the next episode of
That's
Pinfalls
right.
and Power Chords.
All right. Yeah, it's not like you guys haven't heard me bitch enough tonight, right? Like, I've not complained about anything, have I?
Not really.
Yeah. So let me begin. I thought about tonight's ventilator. I'll start out, I'll say Jim Cornette, as most people know me know, is my fucking hero. I love this guy. I'm a proud member of the cult of Cornette. But
Me too.
you're not supposed to agree with your people all the time, you know, and there's times that I don't agree with Jim, and the main thing that I do not agree with him or Brian Last on is women's wrestling. I am a fucking fan of women's wrestling. I've always loved it. I remember when Glow came out way back when I was a kid, and I wanted that show to be something. I wanted it to be successful, and I knew in my heart women's wrestling could be a thing had it been done right. They turned that show into a fucking joke. They started doing rap videos and just the goofiest, corniest, fakest shit you ever seen in your life. And of course, the show tanked, and it went rightfully so. It should have. It was awful. And I hated it for those girls. But now, let's fast forward to modern day. A lot of people bitch because they say there's too much women wrestling. There's too much this, too much that. I don't think so, man. I think these girls are working their ass off. And if anything, I think the guys need to step their shit up.
Yeah.
Because the girls, in my opinion, the last 4 or 5 years are where it's at.
Agreed.
They seem to grind more. They want it more.
Yeah, and they have really just stepped it up. And this goes back to, again, a complaint about AEW, because it always does until they fix shit. They have very capable women on that roster. And they keep booking these poor girls in the worst fucking time of the show. and they get the lowest rating every time. And it's not because of the fucking girls. It's because of the goddamn
Where they're
booking,
putting them.
man. It's because of the booking. They've got girls like Serena Deeb. I know that she's small, but she's fucking incredible.
Yep.
I mean, she'll tie a knot in any bitch in the country.
Reminds you of a Taz.
In the business.
Female Taz.
She's awesome. She's unbelievable. And I think it sucks that you've got, all these girls on that show that are so really, really good, and they're just falling prey to his booking like all of them do.
Yeah.
And I really hope.
You think they need their own show, like kind of what we hit on in the show?
I think
earlier?
I think they need a better fucking booker. I think that, and Kenny Omega don't know what the fuck he's doing. So yes, I think the girls should have a girl, somebody that was in the business before, like a Mickey James or even a Serena Deeb or somebody, to book their segments, to do their part.
Yeah, I think both major shows need women shows.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you
That's
give
like
them
a
the whole
revolution.
show, because then it really, if the
Oh,
show,
well, especially if it's an hour. Like,
yeah,
give
but
them an hour.
but look at it like this though: if the show doesn't do that great, it gives a lot of the doubters the ability to go, see, I told you,
Told you it was gonna be shit.
and that's not fair to those girls. They
and
worked
they
too
put
hard.
it on Sunday at 4:00 in the morning.
Right, and they've worked too hard for too long to get where they are. So I don't mind the variance. But when you look at WWE and all the girl segments they have, and sometimes there's a bunch, I'll admit. But then you watch AEW, they get one match out of a 2-hour fucking show, and it's always the drizzling shits.
Yep.
You know,
And they got to make the best out of it, and regardless.
those girls need help over there.
Yeah.
So this week's ventilator is to plead with whoever the fuck is listening to help these fucking poor girls in AEW.
Likey, the women's wrestling.
Because, my
Yes.
God, they need the fucking help.
Cool.
Especially when it's Soraya.
Well, dude.
Yeah, especially Soraya. What a way to not go out.
You can see her nudes too. For free.
Well, dude, for Johnny Lee, for Mike Watkins, all the people involved in Nice Guy Andy Network, we appreciate everyone. For everyone out there that's checked us out, we'll see you at the next one. Peace.
That's right.
Nice Guy Andy.